get a couple of these started. This one got good and full. I'm going to wipe some of this off here so I can get a grip on it. A little more oozing out there through the top holes, but there, no problem with that. Means she's full and not empty. And get the last two screws in. Now these are the new gears. The pinions are actually the new gears, helical cut, I believe. And I'll show you that in one of the pinions here in just a minute. I'll get this one screwed tight here. Okay, wipe her off. Okay, front and rear. Here's the new pinions I was talking about. If you notice the teeth on them, it's probably a little hard to see, but they actually have a slight curve to them. These are the new ones. The old ones were straight. And that's basically how it rides on that gear there. Okay, well, we're gonna get our gear cases out next. Get those prepped, and we'll start putting those together. We'll be back in a few. Okay, we've got the gear cases. We need to take and remove the plastic that basically is from the mold. Just snip that little piece off on all four of these. Just like that. Flies out of the way. Works pretty good. Less you gotta clean off the table, the more you gotta clean off the floor. Alright. Okay, got those cleaned up. Now, oops. Everything laid out here. Okay, first thing you're going to want to do is take that half of the gear case. We got to put one bearing in the outside. You can do that to each of them if you want at this point. And it should sit in there. The next step is going to be adjusting the pinion to the ring. You've got to make sure the mesh between these two isn't too much, isn't too little. That involves using the 0.1 millimeter shims or the 0.2 millimeter shims. Also, the diff needs to be shimmed from right to left in the case. That'll also move the gear away or towards however it needs to be from the pinion. I'm going to go, this is going to be kind of a little process here. I'm going to take and stop the camera right now, get this one figured out, and I'll show you where the shims go, how many I used for the front. Okay, when it comes down to the shims, it's a lot of trial and error. The best place to start is basically by setting everything in here, see how the mesh is. If it's real tight, you either have to come up with the ring gear and possibly over to relieve pressure on the side. What I did here is I'm going to pull this apart real quick. I've got 2 shims in here underneath this bearing. There's 2 of them there. That pushes the bearing up, pushes up the pinion, and gives me a good smooth mesh with the ring gear. Now you'll see here there's 2 shims on that side of the diff. Those actually just squeak right in here, and that pushes the whole diff unit over. So I've got a nice even smooth mesh all the way around. Doesn't lock up, doesn't bind up. Feels real good. Take your outer cap piece, that goes on, snap it on the bottom. It does have a ridge in it. Take your screw, a 3x10 pan head, and we'll screw this one together. Takes a little bit to get the new threads made into the plastic. There we go. This is the main screw up on the top. Okay, good tight seal. Good mesh. And then we'll break out the other screws here for the case. Those are going to go in through the back here. They actually hold on the pin plates. And we'll cut these open. We'll put those on in just a minute here. I'm going to take the other case assembly, pop that together, make a screw. This one cranked and closed here. It's important to remember which is your front, which is your rear at this point. Don't forget, like I just did. I gotta pop this one apart here. I can't remember which is which. I can't see my markings, and I'm gonna put a mark on it in a different spot so I know which one is which. That is my 5 rear, 5R. So this is my rear housing. Oops, camera there. Again, I did it. Okay, get this closed back up again. I'm going to take my marker and put a little mark on it here. R. We'll go rear. We'll go front. Okay, those are marked. Okay, we're gathering everything together here, and I noticed we have a little bit of a mistake. You'll notice that package says 3x15, 4 pieces.